Everybody want to be bodybuilder, but no one wants these heavy ass weights.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 68 of Buckets of Duckets. I am one of your co-hosts, Chase Myers. I'm out here in Seattle, Washington. Every week, via the magic of Zoom, I talk to my best friend in Louisiana. He's a hilarious comedian, and he's one of the greatest podcast hosts that you ever gonna meet. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, Josh Watts.
Good evening, shitheads. It's your boy, the Mohawk Meat Castle. This is episode 68, which is exactly 14 more than 44. And 44 is the age Bud Dwyer was when he put a gun in his mouth on national TV and blew his brains out the back of his skull.
Fuck, Josh. Okay, so... yeah, I mean, that is...
You want me to do it? All right, I'll do another one. Hold on, I'll do another one.
Yeah, let's do a happier take.
I got
that SNL sketch where Dana Carvey is I forget which he's like Dan Rather or something like that, and he's just going through takes of how different famous people have died or whatever. He's like, that's kind of what I feel like we got going on right now. We got that.
No. Hold on, I'll lift it up.
Yeah, save it.
This is episode 68. That is 67 more than the number of children that were run over in my town today. Right?
Fuck. All right. I think I'd rather talk about the dude killing himself live on TV than.
All right. Hold on. I got it.
Josh, I'm supposed to be able to tell people to subscribe to our show after you do your little bits here. So.
Upbeat. You want more?
So this is gonna be the one. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I got it. Good evening, shitheads. This is episode 68. That's 4 more than 64. 64 is the exact age that Bob Dole was when he ran for president.
Okay, I guess random's better than it. I take a harmless random fact. I'm okay with that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like harmless random facts,
Bob Dole died yesterday.
Go ahead and smash that.
Smash the like button in remembrance of the child and the guy that shot himself and Bob Dole. Smash that like button for all the dead homies. Boom. Boom, boom. Big up, subscribe to the homies.
If you're a podcast person, you should subscribe there too. We do a lot of good shit over here. So 5 stars, five stars, podcast people.
Unless you want to become a statistic in my next numbers, you better give us 5 stars.
Guys, Josh is gonna kill you. He's gonna murder you.
I feel like you don't like the energy I'm bringing. I feel like something's off.
It's there. I'm just trying to give the people an idea of what the show is. You know,
I think they got it.
Yeah, I think it's there. Oh, all right. So we haven't done a show in probably 2 weeks, I think, something like that. Yeah. And people are like, man, what have y'all been up to? Here's the thing. We've been looking at each other right in the face. I've been in Josh's house. I've been in Louisiana, in his house, eating his food, playing with his dogs,
just hanging
talking to his children. And at no point did we think we should turn the microphones on and give you people a little taste of what it's like. We're in the same room. At no point did we think that. Because here's the thing. At no point was that a better idea than doing mushrooms and giggling in your living room all day. And that was...
Boom. That's what happened.
That's the thing. And that's the thing, people. If you're wondering where you rank on our list of priorities, I mean, it's pretty high. It's up there. Like, you're not last.
It's below mushrooms and YouTube.
It is below mushrooms and YouTube for sure. And believe me, I know that we put out content on YouTube, but you're just gonna have to deal with that. Okay, that's what we are. We're just a walking contradiction, and you know,
we're fans of content. That's why we make content, because we're fans of content, and we were just trying to live our fucking lives. All right, we're trying to make you baby birds want some content. You got to give us a minute to live our fucking lives. All right?
Yeah,
You don't have a story to tell if you don't live a life. Write that in your fucking journals. Why don't you write that in your little fucking journals and save that?
Post that on your inspirational Facebook. All right, how about that?
Post that underneath the picture of the sunset, you bitches. Huh?
You
Make sure you
bunch of
credit me, though.
bitches. Yeah, I came down to Louisiana for Thanksgiving. Went down there to be thankful. And yeah, I had a good time, man. I came over to your place, which was the first time. I haven't been over there in a while. Last time I was there, we whispered on your front porch.
No, we didn't. No, that's not what happened.
And put it out as a podcast. So
I was fully prepared to sit on my front porch and scream at my neighbor's house, just so I'd stop catching all the smoke for us talking respectfully low last time. But what happened was mushrooms and YouTube.
For sure.
And and The Last Dance.
Yeah, I finally. So if you guys have paid attention to this podcast at any length, you'll know for the entirety of it, I've been talking about how great the Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary is. I've been talking about how for 2 years before it even came out, I was waiting around for it.
Yeah.
I saw all the ads for it. I knew that this footage was out there for 20-something years, and I told Josh about it. And every week, you people listen to Josh lie to me about how he started it, and he started watching it already. And then the next week I come back and I go, bro, did you watch The Last Dance? He go, yeah, I started it, but then the thing, yeah. And we do that for so I finally had to just buy a plane ticket. I had to spend money out of my own wallet. Just so I could go down there and make him watch it. And he watched it in 2 days.
It was the greatest thing I've ever watched. I wish there was 40 more episodes of it. I wish I could go back into the 90s and love Michael Jordan, because I always rooted against him just because he always won, I guess. But I wish I could go back in time and be his biggest fan ever now, because that man talks shit at a level that is just God level. He's
out of his mind, dude. He's out of his fucking mind with his competition shit. Like the whole thing about like whenever he's like with the security guards and they're just trying to see like how close they can roll a quarter to the wall. Like, he gives a fuck about that. Like, he's mad whenever one of his security people beats him at it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, he tells him to get the fuck out.
I had to rewind that because I could not figure out what the fuck they were doing, what they were playing. God damn it. Unprofessional.
What are we gonna do with you, bro? I
had to rewind it a couple times because I couldn't figure out what the fuck they were doing, throwing the quarter. And it also, part of rewinding it, watch again, it made me laugh at how fucking mad he was at losing that before. Like, he's about to play in a final for a championship or some shit, and he's mad that, like, they threw a quarter closer to the door. God damn it, I loved it.
Oh yeah, there's all those. I mean, all those stories are out there. It's good to have them like actually like videoed and like you could see them and people talk about it. But you know, like the story that always came up was like, I guess there's two of them that I think about, which was like him playing like goldfish against like a teammate's mom or something like that, and the fucking mom went to go like check whatever she was cooking or left the room, and he looked at her cards. So that he could beat whoever, Ron Harper's mom or whoever it was.
Good.
And then the other one was like, they got a ping pong table in the locker room and he lost the first day. So he bought a ping pong table and played nonstop until he was good enough to beat everybody. And then they had to just remove the ping pong table because it started so many fights in the locker room.
Good.
Like,
but yeah. Him making up shit about people or that people said or did to him as a way to motivate him to, oh man, I've never related to, I related to it so much, but not like, it's never driven me to to 6 NBA championships. It's driven me to write horrible things in my Twitter drafts that I never actually post. But like that whole story about the guy saying great game, Mike, or something like, what was he said? Great game or something. And they go through like a whole thing about it, and then he's like, "Nah, he never even said it."
Yeah,
bruh, like he just made that up.
I think that was George Karl, the Sonics coach. I think that was that story of like he told his team not to say anything to Mike because it was going to get him riled up, and then he saw him at a restaurant and either told him like, "Hey, good game," or he didn't say anything to him at all. Whichever way he took it, like if he said "good game," then this whole thing was like, "That motherfucker talked to me. How dare you think he's trying to get in my head?" But if he wouldn't have said anything, Mike would have went the other way and been like, "This motherfucker gonna act like I'm not Michael Jordan." Like he just, "Oh, okay, that's how you gonna play it." Like either way, he was gonna get fired up about. So there was no like winning in that situation of like how to handle him. He was gonna take it. That's why all those memes have been out for the last 2 years. I've been trying to get you to watch the fucking documentary where he's like, and I took that personal because he took everything personal.
That's two separate stories that I did want to tell. The George Karl, he saw him in a restaurant and he didn't speak to him at all. And he was like, that made me decide I was going to shut his team out. Like he just,
yeah.
And then the other one was a rookie on another team. I forgot his name now, but it was a rookie guy that was some big shit. And then he played like a really good game against Mike when Mike was sick. And then Mike told everybody that he said, "Great game, Mike," afterwards.
Oh, that story, yeah.
Then he never let that guy score again, like the next couple of games or whatever. And then he never said it.
So, by the way, just the fact that that's in the documentary shows how psycho Michael Jordan is. Because that is not a big moment in the legacy of Michael Jordan.
Not at all.
It wasn't a playoff game. It wasn't like a game of any real... Like, MJ's he's the executive producer on the doc, so he okayed a lot of stuff they showed. So that's a story he wanted told. Do you understand that?
I didn't even think about that. It has nothing to do with any. I didn't even think about how petty it is that he put it in there.
Yeah,
fuck
that he
yes,
even
dude.
put it in there because that player didn't go on to be any. Like I watched the documentary. I don't remember. Like he didn't go. So he's just fucking kicking this dude for the fuck up, just to be like he thinks that I forgot.
God damn, that's funny.
I got all upset about out of his mind, bro. Out of his mind.
I love it. And then like they asked him, did he actually say that to you? And he's like, nah, I don't know. Like he didn't even remember. Everybody's like, no, it never happened. I fucking loved it. And it bummed me out to see that some of those players I could have passed on the street and I wouldn't have recognized if I had seen them today.
What they look like now? Yeah.
And I kept praying to God that they would interview Clyde Drexler because he looked 70 in 1985.
Yeah,
so
he was balding back then.
And he never showed up. But you know who was on there?
I've seen Clyde recently. He looks okay. I mean, he's just bald now, but he was always that. So
yeah, he was always that. But Tony Kukoc, they had a lot of Kukoc. I was so happy to see him. I don't know, dude. Like, it's become a running joke in the show about how much, but I loved Tony Kukoc when I watched basketball back then. And watching The Last Dance, I have now downloaded my ESPN Plus apps. I've started watching the TNT Crew. What is it? NBA.
Inside the NBA.
Inside the NBA. Yeah, I started watching that. I love Charles Barkley. I'm all in, dude. It reminded me why I love basketball.
Yeah, man, basketball's fucking great. I got you. I got you. Love basketball.
Why I loved it.
I'm all about you actually watching it. That'd be dope. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I did while I was down there.
You got called out by my daughter.
There was a couple things your daughter said. One thing hurt my feelings. So here, I'll go through it. There's one. I don't know if you know both of them, but one of them was I was just having a good old time, just laughing, belly laughing, mouth wide open. And your daughter saw I got a little filling back here. I got a cavity filling, and why are two of your teeth black? And then,
I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah, I didn't think you did. I had to go. I had a cavity. That's how they fix your cavity. They fill them in, and so it looks like that. And she goes, "Oh, that's cool." But made me come to real quick. And then the other thing was
she's been dropping truth bombs, man.
Dude, yeah, I was high. I was very high when she did that, so it like really like made me come to. The other thing that she called me out on, which was I've lost most of the last like 3 weeks to a month to well, here, let me back up. I very much enjoy watching freestyle rap videos. I watched freestyle. I watch reactors reacting to freestyle videos. That's like the only type of reactions that I watch and stuff like that. And I always saw this dude Harry Mack. Like I kept seeing these like suggestions. A couple years ago, I saw there's like a video of him with Kendrick Lamar, and he rapped in front of Kendrick, and Kendrick's holding up stuff, and he's rapping along to it. And but I never really paid much attention to it. And then like a couple weeks ago, I finally go, all right, I'm gonna watch this dude. And holy shit, did I fall in love with him? And holy shit, how I watched nonstop. So whenever I go down to you and I go, hey bro, I was like, have you watched this? Have you seen this Harry Mack guy? Have you seen this dude at all? This guy is amazing. I was like, he's got all these videos. He'll just walk up to a group. It seems cringy because he'll walk up to a group and he'll go, hey, can I freestyle rap for you? And then they'll give him a couple words, and then it turns out it's amazing, right? Like it's the best version. Like it really is. Like to the point where like I don't even like hold back being like that's the best freestyle rapper. Like how could you argue against it? He's got all these hours. Now, okay, so I tell Josh and I go to show Josh what this is, and it comes very obvious once I start playing it. A major reason as to why I seem to be so attracted to this man, which is because this man looks exactly like me. He looks very much like me, and I didn't really think about it. He got black hair. He's graying a little bit, but he's got black hair. He's coming back. Beard the same way. Like obviously likes hip hop stuff. Dresses kind of similar, always in black and stuff. So we put it on. I go to show you, and Zoe immediately goes, "Is that you?"
30 seconds. 30
is that
seconds
you,
in.
Uncle Che Che? Is that you? No, it's not Uncle Che. That looks like you. Is that you? Is that? I was like, no, that's not me. And then I had to sit there and think about, like, man, do I only like this dude because he looks like me? Like,
I also had a friend come visit, like, just a couple of days after you did, I think it was. And I was meeting my friend's fiance. They got engaged, and I was meeting her future husband. And they come over. Super great to see him. My friend Jade and Daniel. And Zoe gives Jade this big hug. She's so excited to see her, tells her how happy she is. And Daniel introduces himself to Zoe. And the first thing my daughter says to him is, "You look like you make Minecraft videos on YouTube." Which sounds like the sickest fucking burn ever. But she said it so genuine. Like, if I said, "You look like you make Minecraft videos on YouTube," it's very different than when the 5-year-old says it.
Yeah.
And she meant it and then would not stop saying it. And I didn't understand what she was talking about. And then after he left, just like just a normal guy, I don't know. And after he left, she brought me her tablet. And she goes, "Is this that guy?" And buddy, I had to look twice. He had a hoodie on. He had the same kind of beard. He had the same, like, it wasn't a roast at all. She really thought she was meeting, like, famous YouTube people just left and right this past week.
Man, you just walk into my house. Just walk into my house, hang out for a day.
That Harry Mack shit. He does that song, "Move Your Body" with Mark. How do you say his last name?
Rebule. Yeah.
It's called "Move Your Body," and it's fucking crazy.
So
let me in, I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah, so that's, by the way, that's how perfect it is. The fact that those two did like anything together. I watched that entire stream. It's like a 2-hour stream. Recommend it. It's
I would.
Great.
I'm gonna watch it.
I like that dude. I like both of them obviously, but I like Harry Mack because like he has every opportunity to just like roast somebody whenever he raps, or like he never does. He always just like, I mean, he's calling out like stuff he sees, and he always just like pumps up the people or whatever. And even when people try to like make him go like, you know, they'll give him something like dirty or whatever, like they'll give him like some sexual word or something. Somehow turn it around into where it's not, because like it could be very pervy. He could just straight up rap that he's gonna bend you over or something like that. Like that could be, you know. But that's uncomfortable.
Do you know how easy it is to rhyme clit with hit? Like you could do it right.
It's my favorite rhyme for sure. He never does it, so it's like really interesting because he's. I think that's also the other thing is that's very much how I would, you know, if I had those skills, that would be how I would attack. That's how I attack jokes. I don't really do a lot of sexual stuff or whatever. I kind of just talk about me. I don't talk negative a lot.
Every setup I got is about an asshole.
I know.
About butt cheeks.
And there's
Spread
nothing
them
wrong
cakes.
with that. I love all type of comedy, okay? I love the cake spreading comedy. You know I got love for cheek slapping comedy. Look, there's no doubt here, okay? I just prefer an observational story sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like.
I observe some assholes too. How about that? Your boy.
Get in there. All right, let me try to rapid fire a couple things from my trip to Louisiana. So, my brother, hung out with my brother a lot. This motherfucker like put me to work while I was there. This piece of shit. So one day he's like, hey man, my brother's like friends group is all like, they all went to high school together and they've all kind of like coupled off with somebody else they went to high school together. And it's like just a big group of couples, right? And that's who he kicks it with.
That can't go wrong.
Well, let me tell you a story about how it went wrong, Josh. So one of these couples is going to get married because they're 22 and it's time for them to get married.
Yeah, it's too late now. 22
it's, honestly, that you should be divorced at that point already. You should be on your second marriage from where we came from. And so
buddy, get on it.
I know. I mean, Jesus Christ. So
get a job, get a Rolex, get a scar, get a divorce, you pussy.
You fucking puss. Live a life. Live a fucking life, you coward. I'm gonna put the whole story out there. I'm gonna put all their business out there just because. Do it. Why not? So
fuck 'em.
Respectfully, fuck you. Okay. With all due respect. Namaste. Eat my asshole. All right. So.
All
right. Shit. So. One of the couples, they're going to get married. It's 22. It's long past time. And so they're going to get married. The dude in the relationship, I don't know if I ever met him before. I'm not sure. I'm sure I met him at one of the times I came down to visit. One of the fires I sat around with my brother and all of his friends. I'm sure he was there too as we listened to Hank Williams' Dinosaur. And I got fucking fear. By the way, that was one of the trips that I went there. Like 2 trips ago I went and hang out with my brother and all of his boys. And we sat around a fire and I watched all these fucking 21-year-olds at the time, like 21-year-olds, play Hank Williams' Dinosaur, which is a song about being fucking just, the world's done past me, but I guess I'm just from a different time, just made different. I got so fucking fierce at these fucking 20-year-olds acting like they were washed up and the world done passed. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get a scar.
Fuck you.
Get a Rolex. Get a fucking job and get divorced, you bitches. And
that list is just gonna fucking grow.
It's gonna keep going, right? And so that happened last time. So I might have met him. He might have been one of those. He might have been one of those old Hank Williams dinosaurs. And so
an asshole in a Bass Pro hat, right? I know.
You know the guy. Wrangler jeans, dip in that back pocket.
I know all of them.
Magellan shirt, I think is what they're called. Yeah. So,
well, you just described this entire state.
I know. I know
crazy.
My people. So, all right. So they're gonna get married. The dude gets some job. You know how everybody here got to go work in Lake Charles for whatever their jobs are. Everybody got to move every couple months to go sweat their fucking balls off their whole life and risk their lives for however much money. So that's what he's doing.
Cane, or they fight sugar cane or whatever it is.
I think that's what my grandpa did. My grandpa, that's what they used to do. They used to fucking fight sugar cane, but now these goddamn pussies got machines and shit. My grandfather would fucking whoop all y'all's asses with the sugar cane. All right, if we just talking about it, that man's a dinosaur.
I had to turn my head away because I wanted to let all of that get clear audio on that. Now you bunch of pussies with your boxing machines go out there and punch a sugar cane with a fucking pad now, huh? Chase's uncle, Chase's grandpa's out there getting blood on his fucking knucks. Sugar cane blood.
Sugar's right on his knucks. Every day my grandpa came home had to scrape sugar off his knucks. And y'all want to complain about going to Lake Charles.
You fucking dinosaur pussies. That's ridiculous.
All right, so he goes to Lake Charles because that's where he has to work for 4 or 5 months or whatever, because that's the way Louisiana men are, and so he goes out there, and of course he meets a new love of his life, and her
at a
kids,
casino.
Probably, I'm sure it couldn't have been a classy environment, and so
it's a casino.
Yeah, it wasn't a ball.
And
I know that.
You said she had kids, right?
Yeah, she had kids. Yeah, the girl he was gonna marry is like somebody he's been high school sweethearts with. They're the same age, and instead he's gonna go get a family, and so so he just jumps in. He's just, you know what? I just want to start with 2 kids. So he breaks it off with old girl to stay with this Lake Charles woman. Which is going to be great because that job lasts forever. That job, he'll be working in Lake Charles. So whenever they move him somewhere else, it's going to be. So he just really thought his future through very, very much on that. So the girl is going to now move in with my brother's girlfriend because they're all couples, they're all friends. So that's what's happening now, right? And so my brother asked me, "Hey, man, can you come help me tomorrow? I just need to move a washer and dryer over to Alexa's house." That's his girlfriend. And I was like, "Hey, man, you're my brother. I'll do that for you. I'll happily move a washer and dryer, and that's it, just for you. I'll do that." And then we got there, and then turns out all that drama was drama because the fucking house had a lock on it, and it was like one of those like remote locks, and old boy didn't want to unlock the door. And so now I got girls calling him. I got girls' dad is over there now calling, "You motherfucker, we'll put a lien on this house. I got papers on this fucking couch. I'll go blah, 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 blah," like just fucking yelling. And I'm just standing in the yard staring at my brother. And go, "Oh, washer and dryer, huh? That's all we had to go." I noticed there's 2 trailers out here. That's a lot of trailers for a washer and dryer that I'm gonna have to get. And so we stood out there. I watched all this just good Dinner Springs drama. Until they finally let us in the house, and then we took every fucking thing in the house. I don't know.
In the living room.
I don't know if we were supposed to, but we did.
The guy didn't want to let y'all into the house, even though he broke it off with her because he didn't want y'all to take his stuff. He worried you were gonna take his stuff.
Yeah,
and y'all did.
Probably. I took everything they told me to take, but I'm sure.
Didn't even ask. I'm
sure.
This is your camouflage shotgun right here. This is yours?
Cool.
His leather recliner is yours too? Yeah, all right. I mean,
yeah.
You want me to shit in your living room floor? All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what we did. We all locked arms.
Made a daisy chain.
And we made a daisy chain, and we put our butts to each other, and we all just shit right in the middle of the living room.
I am having trouble moving past. There is not a single person that I went to high school with that I would want to live in my home. Not one fucking person. Good Lord. No.
Yeah.
You said that part.
Still buddies.
As soon as you said that, I was like, "Oh, I'm out." Nah.
They're all still buddies. It's the craziest thing. He hasn't had it's gonna have, he's 23 now, so he hasn't had. He's a couple years away from some of his friends. They're gonna start loving Jesus too much. Like that's what happened with one of my good friends. Somebody's gonna get married. Somebody's gonna do something fucked up. It's gonna be fine.
And that shitty knockoff best friend got replaced with this fucking Mohawk meat castle of atheism right here. I don't believe in God. I believe in aliens and the fucking secret government. How about that? That's what I believe in. I ain't never gonna turn my back on you for Jesus, Chase. Not
Thanks,
ever.
bud. Thanks for not forsaking me. Because that's what my friendship requires. No other belief system except for our friendship.
Good, because I got none, dude. I don't even have. I'm an empty vessel. Just fill me up with what I should believe to be your friend.
The other thing, he cuts grass for a living. That's like his thing because he lives in Louisiana. You either go to Lake Charles and work at some plant.
In a plant.
Or you start your own grass cutting. So he went the grass cutting route, and he's got two of his clients are just strip malls or whatever, and every Friday he goes through and just blows the fucking leaves off the strip mall and takes out the garbage and shit. And he fucking talked me into helping him with that. So yeah, I'm setting all my flights early as fuck in the morning. That's what from now on I'm getting on all my flights at 3 a.m. just so he has to fucking wake up and bring me there.
International comedian has to clean up fucking strip mall
Making
trash.
me fucking... Yeah, can you imagine somebody would saw me in Walker, Josh? We were in Walker, Louisiana. Can you imagine? You imagine somebody would fucking saw me out there being dusty? That is fucking ridiculous. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I forgot who I was for that week.
As bad as Denham Springs, Louisiana is, like, if you ordered the knockoff version that's just worse and a little more inbred and dumb, it's Walker.
It's Walker.
Walker's the worst. But when I was in high school, every girl at Walker High School was better looking than every girl in Denham High School. I got to say that. Because you knew that they didn't have any moral compasses. Because they're from Walker, so they don't care about nothing. They don't even have a soul. Did you know that?
I did know that. I do. Everybody knows that. I grew, dude. I played baseball for Denham Springs. Of course, I know Walker has no soul, bro. It flipped, by the way. Denham girls were way hotter whenever I was in high school.
Oh man, it was a whole different thing.
Walker chicks still had no soul, but we still had pretty ladies. Went to the Saints game in New Orleans this time because, as you can remember, I went to when they played Seattle and watched them win in Seattle, which was great. So to even that out, I had to watch them lose in New Orleans on Thanksgiving with my family. But it was still dope. It's fucking dope to be in the fucking Superdome. It's loud as shit. There's 70,000 people in there. Everybody's fucking excited. It was so much different than the Seattle football. Like, when I went to the Seattle game, I thought it was weird that nobody was like really talking to each other and stuff. But I was like, maybe I'm just like romanticizing how LSU games and Saints games were and stuff. Bro, before the kickoff, I knew everybody 5 rows in front of me and 5 rows behind me. I knew everybody's like life story. We're all talking. I knew how many games everybody had been to. I had met Bills fans. We had a little shit talking back and forth already. Like, it had been everything. In Seattle, I literally would watch Seahawks fans not interact with each other. It was crazy. Like, they don't fuck with each other out here. It's insane.
That was one of the biggest, like, when I moved out of Denham when I joined the Air Force and moved out of Denham, I moved all the way to the northern peak of North Carolina. And it was even that little is such a fucking difference. In Louisiana, you talk to everybody around you, and if you do it, I'm sure it's way different in Seattle, but even in North Carolina, you talk to somebody in the grocery store and they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're weirded out, yeah.
Don't look at me. What are you doing? We're not friends. Ugh.
Bro, Buffalo fans, they travel well. They like historically travel very well for their team, which is crazy. But so the section that we were in, we sitting up top. We just humble people, up top, and we just want to be in the building. That's all. I just want to be in the building.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm not trying to go broke. I just want to see my Saints, and so whole Saints team's hurt, by the way. So nobody's playing. Like, so we knew it was gonna be trouble. But it's
Reggie Bush is out.
Reggie's been out for a couple years. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get Reggie back.
I wasn't out. All right. I just bought a Reggie Bush jersey online. Was that a bad idea?
Yeah, probably not great. Did it say NFL Network on it? Because
no.
Because that's where Reggie's at now.
Oh, fuck.
So, Bills fans travel really well, and it annoyed me. I was very upset. You remember how I told you I felt like I had to fight for like my Saints when I went to the Seattle, like when I went to the game, the Seahawks game. Like, I felt like I had to represent Louisiana. Well, this is different because now I'm in Louisiana, in New Orleans. Now I got to defend. I have to defend my home. This is a whole different fucking thing. And
that's a whole different place.
Bro, Bills kicked the shit out of us. There's like Bills fans in front of us, like 2 rows in front of us, and they're having just too good of a time. It's fucking pissing me off. And there's like Bills fans kind of on the same row as me, like just sitting next to me, and Bills fans down here having a good time, get all amped up, go to high five Bills fans that's next to me, and I just swing as hard as I could to fucking knock down. I fucking blocked their high five. I said, get that fucking shit out of here. And then he went to high five somebody else. I was like, no! And then there was a kid,
Good.
like there was a Saints fans kid that was in between the two that they were high fiving over, and I looked that kid in the face. I said, don't let these Bills fans high five over you. Don't let them do that. And the Bills fan that I'm swatting his hand away and telling children not to let him do that, looks at me and does prayer hands and goes, "Happy Thanksgiving. I love your city. I come in peace." And
Yeah,
I
that
go,
was
"Okay."
fear. That was
Yeah,
fear,
and I
though.
go, "Okay, but none of this shit. None of this shit. You're not high-fiving people on my rock. I'm not doing that. You stay down there." And so we had like a little laugh about it. And I was getting a bunch of good stuff in. That's the other thing is people listen there too because everybody talks to
Yeah.
each other. So you can suddenly just rattle off a couple bits and make make everybody laugh. And
Oh,
so
I was the funniest dude ever at the Kingfish games back in the day. I
I love
had the
Kingfish
best fight
games.
commentary ever.
They were honoring Drew Brees at halftime, and so they had all the Drew Brees. They said "Thank you, Drew," like on these towels, and they had them on all the seats whenever they sat there. And so we got there kind of early, and I'm watching like just all these Bills fans walk, and I literally was like, "You better fucking respect those Drew Brees towels. No disrespect to those Drew Brees towels. I don't want to." I was like, either leave them there or respect them, but I don't want to say anything disrespectful with the towels. And the lady was like, "No, we respect Drew Brees. He's a good man." I was like, "You're good people. I appreciate y'all."
All right.
And yeah, it was,
All right, then.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so there's a turn in the night, and it turns out it was within my own team. It was within my own. I didn't know that we were weak because my mom and my brother. My mom has this thing where she believes that anytime that the team she likes are doing bad, it's her fault, and that the thing that she is doing is causing these people. If she's in the kitchen and they start doing bad, she goes to the living room. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mhm.
that's how she. Well, they weren't doing good when I was in the kitchen, so I gotta go to the living room. So she tells me, so that's how she's always been. That's how she's always been. So she tells me, "Fuck, I'm gonna just start cheering for the Bills. We ain't did nothing good since the Saints. Since I've been cheering for the Saints." I said, "Mama, that's very funny. Please do not do that. As your firstborn son, please do not cheer for the opposing team in the cathedral that is the New Orleans Superdome. I mean, of all places for you to do it, please do not be blasphemous in the house of Drew Brees. Like, what are you doing?" And so, sure enough, she gets one off out of nowhere. She's wearing Saint stuff out of nowhere. She goes, "Go Bills!" I look over at her, and then we get a sack. So something good happened when she cheered, and I go, "I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck that something nice happened. Do not do that. Do not cheer for the Bills. Yeah, do not. I am not for that." My brother gets drunker, and he starts subscribing to my mom's theory, and then he's like, "Yeah." And so by the fourth quarter, all Saints fan is left. We're getting the shit kicked out of us like 24-6 at the time. Nobody's there. The Bills score another touchdown to go up 31-0. My drunk ass brother starts leading these Bills. I look back, it looked like a fucking movie. Like I look back and I swear they were like carrying him, like crowd surfing him around, and he's going, "Hey, let's go Buffalo, let's go Buffalo," and they're just dragging him around. And I was so fucking furious. I was like grabbing his legs, like, "Fucking sit down, fucking sit, everybody sit down. This is bullshit." All these Bills fans are laughing at me. I was like, we are not representing ourselves well. You fucking assholes. I was so embarrassed for all of us. I didn't say shit the whole drive home. I just fucking drove home. They're drunk asses just with their heads out the window and stuff. I'm like, I hope you had a good time.
Know what you did.
I hope y'all had a good time. Oh, everybody had a good time.
We ain't going again.
I guess what?
I've had
that
the
was
same
it.
conversation with my kids. Same conversation.
That's what I had with my mom and my brother. His girlfriend acted right, but this is because she don't give a shit about football, so she was just sitting there. And I would have rathered that. I would have rathered that. I'd rather you just sat there quiet.
Sit there like a fucking bump on a log than be a disrespectful piece of shit.
Than to start leading Bills chants in the Superdome. Just because you want to have a good Thanksgiving. No, okay? They decided we're not having a good Thanksgiving. That's what it is. We lost this game. You don't get to save that. You don't get to just keep drinking and suddenly have a good Thanksgiving. No! You'd be miserable with me for this whole hour and a half drive back home, okay?
Bruh, how many Louisianas start with, and then my brother got drunker, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So embarrassed. So fucking embarrassed.
Have you seen the commercial for the Kurt Warner movie?
No.
It's called American Underdog.
I am sure my mom has though, because she loves Kurt Warner with all of her heart.
Oh.
She loves that story. Like
Oh,
just all
okay.
of, like.
I need you to tell me what the story is because I'll tell
Oh,
you the trailer.
okay.
The trailer
I,
is he's just a piece of shit, and the girl from True Blood has a terrible wig on, and then there's some Jesus and some football, and then everybody's happy and they kiss at the end under the under
confetti.
Jesus. Under Jesus.
Oh,
I
it's under
guess.
Jesus. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right,
So
right under
the glow,
Jesus' eyes.
the glow of Jesus. Okay. So
The end of the trailer is Jesus just doing this as he glows over them.
what happened in real life was he played football at like Northern Iowa, some small school. Didn't get drafted. Tried to play for the Packers. Got cut. Went to like uh, the Canadian Football League for like a season. Played in the Arena Football League. Bounced around like all these like secondary leagues like that.
And then became a professional wrestler, right? Because that's
then,
I've heard this story a whole bunch.
Yeah, yeah. He gets like he's literally like part time at a grocery store. The Rams give him like a training camp opportunity. He's like 27, 28 at this point.
You old dinosaur motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, for it to be your rookie year, though, like and so he goes in with no chance of getting to play, and it's like perfect scenario. The perfect scenario for one person, not for the starter tears his ACL or something. He's going to be out all season, and here comes the bag boy from the grocery store, and he comes in and he wins his fucking Super Bowl, and he becomes a Hall of Fame quarterback. He won MVP twice. Like, he had a great career. And,
I remember that. I remember that
Yeah.
season because it was a big story that it transcended just sports
Yeah.
media. Like, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember that, but I didn't know that he like sustained it.
Yeah, no, he had a good career. He went on and had good years with the Cardinals, like later in his career too. But yeah, he also loves Jesus, so like that's
The
like a
movie
big
looks
part
fucking
of it.
terrible. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
it looks like one of those like Hallmark Jesus movies.
It is.
But it's
it very much is. And my mom and like I keep talking about my mom with that because she is the Hallmark watching and she loves the Kurt Warner stuff. Like that movie's gonna do crazy number. Like it's gonna fucking destroy these Hallmark moms.
For sure. There's gonna be a lot of ruined couches from the
yeah.
You get it
From
the fallopian tube. He comes down.
I went to the station too. I did that when I went.
You should have told me how to come down there and shit on all those nobodies with you, and I would have loved it.
It was a good time. I went the time before, remember, and a couple months ago when I was down there in September, and I was mad. I was so mad at what happened to the station because it was just not a good time. It just didn't have good energy.
But it did this time.
But it did this time. It had good energy. They had a couple people came back. Omar Finley was there, back in from LA, and so. And he's all polished up and stuff, and he's got the same thing like whenever I came back. You just got you got more confidence and everything, and so you could see he's leveled up a little bit. So that was cool to see. And Mike was there, and Morgan was there, and we just all had a good time, man. It was just a good set. The crowd was like in it enough, which is all you need there. There's still some moments where it's the station, but overall, man, yeah, it was like, oh yeah, this is what I like about this place.
This is what we literally did. This is how we learned.
Yeah, I changed up. So Vaughn and Seth that run the show now for literally like just for right now, they're about to give it over to a Mistake.
To a huge fucking mistake.
Yeah, and so, but they sit by the door like when they come in, and so all the comics like now that's where they kind of huddle up is at that door, is like kind of at the door, and that's where I was last time, and it didn't feel right. So this time, I just went and sat by myself over in that corner, like the bench that we'd always sit back in that corner. There's that cool picture of me, you, Evan, and Mike or whatever we were sitting there, And I sat over there, and then slowly everybody started coming over there. Even Mike,
Yeah.
when he sat over there, he's like, "I never fucking sit over here anymore." I was like, "Yeah, you fucking dorks." I was like, "This
don't
is the
fucking
energy
sit
of the
over there."
room. It's over here. This is
Yeah.
this is the sweet spot of the room. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing standing by the door? You fucking dummies. Get over here and talk shit about the people
Yeah,
on
what are you
stage.
doing?
It makes the whole energy better
Yeah.
in here.
It's so much better. You can dance. You can dance. You got a guy
Yeah.
guy that does a banger of a Topanga joke. You get up, you fucking cheer for it. Yeah, it's the energy. But they're giving that shit up. It's rest in peace, the station, bro.
Today is like the 10-year, or it's close to 10 years since the first time I headlined the station. I got a little memory thing from Facebook.
I saw that.
About
I saw that. You little. You look like an app. I was. I almost like I saw that doughy little face on there. I didn't even recognize you. I was like, when I saw you post, I was like, why do you share this? And then I was like, oh, that's what you used to look like. I'm so not used to the goatee, and I get told that I look like a different person all the time, but
I look like a different person every 2 years. Like
you look like a different human being, not just like oh, you've changed a lot. Like you don't look like the same person. So it's very weird.
I'm not that same person. Yeah,
I ain't that same person you thought you knew. I got a job. I got a Rolex. I got a scar.
I got a divorce. Been through some stuff. Lost 60 pounds. Gained 20 of it back. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but no, it was cool. It was really cool. I'm in a good groove right now with stand up. I did 6 shows this week, bro. That's why we couldn't record this weekend. I thought this is how busy I was. I thought I had early afternoon Sunday that I could do, and then Tacoma Comedy Club hit me up and was like, "Do you want to do the 2 p.m. boozy brunch show and headline it at the Tacoma Comedy?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" So that's why I ended up not being able to record yesterday. But yeah, it was a good time. I did Travis's brewery run, Gobber, the Great American Western Washington Beer Run. Gobber,
Fuck yeah.
I hosted all of them this month and gave Travis the month off. And yeah, it was good. My friend Arlo Warehouser from LA came through, and we had another little comic, Rachel FJ was on it. Her and her husband are like local comics, and they do you're not ready for how dark it's about to get, but they're very bright and bubbly people. And it was like before they got married, they would literally like, it would disgust me because like they would go on stage, separately and stuff, but they would talk about their lives, so we always knew who they were talking about, and they would just talk about how they're about to get married and in so much love and just love and found my person and okay, it's just not funny at all. And so
who likes that?
Yeah, who likes any of that? So that's what they used to do. They're both great comics. Obviously, I wouldn't be talking like this if they were. But yeah, so since then they've had a miscarriage. Unfortunately, they've had a miscarriage. But they both talk about it so fearlessly, and they're both very good joke writers, and it's just very weird because you could tell their personality is bubbly, but they want to talk about this dark thing, and people don't really know how to handle it. And Rachel especially, like, can really like lean into it and make them laugh, and it was just so funny. So Rachel was booked for all of it, and when Richie would show up, I would just give him guest sets if he wanted to perform. So he came to 2 of the shows, and it was fun. Like, it would be like he was doing 10-minute guest sets. He would do all this miscarriage jokes. My wife had a miscarriage that makes me Mr. Carriage. And he would, and he would go through that. It would do well, but you could tell the crowd would kind of feel like, okay, all right, now next person. And then I would go up there and I'd go, "Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to meet his wife? Start clapping now for Rachel after." And then Rachel would come up there and then do all of her jokes. And and they actually, like, it was crazy to watch. Like, it was pretty actually inspiring to watch somebody, like, 2 people talk about such like a tough time and literally like just fucking stand strong and power through, and actually had like real like jokes in there. It was it was kind of crazy to see. Sorry, but
no, that's we lost a child in between, and that it's awesome that they can find that's something I still can't find the humor in. So
of course
good
not,
on
man.
them for like. But I just can't. Man, I wish I could. I wish it's something that I could talk about in a way that like I can't even approach it like that yet. I don't know. That's good.
No,
That's
I don't
awesome
know.
that they
And
can.
I don't know that I don't know that you have to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
I never
everybody
will.
deals with
I
it
won't.
different. So like I'm not gonna have jokes about Darren on stage. You know, I don't want to
Yeah.
talk.
Oh,
about
I
that.
never
like
will.
that's
No.
you know what I'm saying? Like so yeah, I mean it's just, but it's interesting to watch them because they're
Yeah.
doing it like together as like a couple, and it's
I'm just trying to
yeah.
explain why I understand that why what you said is a good joke. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to explain why I just blank faced it. It's not good. I'm not being
No, I
disrespectful.
know
It
why.
is
As I was
it's a good
halfway
joke,
through, I
but
knew.
Yeah.
I knew as I started talking, I realized it, but I what was I
No.
gonna do? Stop?
Yeah.
Good story. Yeah. But yeah, no, so it was cool. We did a lot of shows with them all week, and I looked like a fucking king at that booze show, bro. It was just not. I got to do 45 minutes
Fuck yeah.
at Tacoma Comedy Club, so it's full club, just great crowd, just fucking like it just felt so good, just to, especially because I was hosting all these shows I did all week, so I was only doing 10-15 minutes, and so it was good just to like just get the tee off and go. So yeah, it was really dope. Oh, I beat my dad in golf for the first time in my entire life. I beat my fucking dad in golf. I've been playing against my dad since I was 12 years old, and he has never once let up at all. Like, and he shouldn't.
Good.
And I finally caught him. I finally fucking caught him. I had to play up to his level, was what it was. First the front nine we played. I had him beat by one shot, right? I had him beat by one shot on the front nine, and he didn't play well, and I played about how I normally play. Like, that was what it was, right? That's how I'd had him. And we were playing late in the day, so we didn't know if we could finish. So we were, like, trying to figure out, like, should we just play 9 holes and leave? And I was like, no, I'm not going to see you guys for a while. Like, let's just play until it gets dark, and, we'll do that. And so he was like, okay, you should have left because you were winning. And so we fucking, I didn't realize how competitive he was being about it. Good. But then so I was the one keeping score, and he would be the one telling me where we were. Which meant he was keeping it in his head the whole time. Like, you got me by. So I knew. It was like halfway through, I realized, like, oh, he's taking it serious too. It's like, it's not just a big deal for me. He didn't want his son to beat him, and so I played out of my fucking mind on the back nine. I've never played that well my whole life. I shot a 39, it was a par 35. It was only 4 over. I know this golf nerd talk, but it's just, that's what it is. I shot a fucking 39 on the back nine, and my dad
Don't explain yourself to those assholes.
Yeah. And my dad shot a fucking 40. Like, that's the thing. I played as great as I've ever played. I made 2 birdies on the back nine. I made a bunch of pars. I was fucking drilling. I made like a 20-foot putt that I just out of nowhere. And all that to beat him by a shot. Like, I beat him by one shot. And so, I have the scorecard. Like, I kept it over here. My grandpa tipped me $100 after.
Take a picture with it?
Yeah. I made just him by himself hold it. You hold it and point to my name on there. But yeah, that felt good because that is something I've been chasing for literally 20 years, and it was very funny to me driving home how genuinely like happy I was. Like I was joking around like it doesn't really mean anything to me, but then I just had to stop and I go, clearly it does, because I am bubbly as I've ever been.
Cartoon birds are flying in and landing on your shoulder,
and just landing on my shoulder and dressing me in the morning. It was just it just felt so good. It just felt so good. And my grandpa did that thing. Remember we talked episodes back about how when he plays golf with us, he got all pissed, so we wanted him to play from the
he ain't playing up front.
So we played another time, and he sucked it up and played from the front tees, and it's just more fun because he can actually hit that. Right. He's got and so he did the thing this time where he played the first 2 holes with us from the back tees. And then we kind of like nudged him, like, "Come on, Papa, you should play." And then he the rest of the time he played, but he was gonna try. He was gonna until we like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he
was like, yeah, he's like, "Fuck that! I'm 74 years old. I don't give a fuck. I can outdrive this 32-year-old grandson."
You deserve it.
Yeah, I deserve it. No, it was great.
I would ask you if your buddy up there, Casey McLean, did you see that he has his podcast does a voicemail thing now? Did you see that? Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
I'm going to put it in right here.
He asked me, I used to do a sports podcast with him called High and Inside. That's what we started during the pandemic. And
Without my approval or consent. I just
yeah, and look, and I learned from that, okay, because we were all good during football season, and then come basketball season, turns out he only watched like the generation after you stopped watching. He was like early 2000s is when he stopped watching, and so.
Would you just talk about one specific era of basketball the whole fucking time on a podcast?
Come on,
the fuck out of here. That's weak. That's weaker.
And so yeah, we both ended up, and then things started opening up. We both started doing shows, and so we kind of stopped doing it. But that was like that was what annoyed me about it, was that also he told me that Allen Iverson was overrated, and I'm still fucking furious. Right now.
I don't think he's rated enough.
He's 6 foot tall. He's 6 foot tall, like 160 pounds, and he scored
Allen Iverson
20. He scored 26,000 points in the NBA as a 6 foot tall.
When did he retire? It wasn't that long ago, was it?
Like 2011, something like that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's
he was one of. I remember Allen Iverson. He was a big deal, and I remember him being a big deal. It was right around when I kind of still kept up with basketball. I mean, I always kind of keep up with it, but I remember he was the first guy, like one of the first guys that was just covered in tattoos.
Yeah,
and
that was a big thing.
That was a big deal. It was such a. Watching The Last Dance, it blew my fucking mind to see if one tattoo would stand out like a fucking spotlight. And
well, that's why Rodman was crazy, because
he looked like a fucking psychopath. Yeah. I remember though that whatever news my parents watched would be like talking about how disrespectful it was that he had so many tattoos on the basketball court. Like that's so funny to me to see that.
No,
and that
he was
20 years ago.
So specific to Iverson, he was like very much the poster child of that, and it turned into like this whole ugly, like the NBA is just full of thugs now thing. Yep. And then they literally put in a dress code to combat Allen Iverson showing up in throwback jerseys and a do-rag and a hat and all of his tattoos. You now have to wear suits when you show up, but like because
or
of him,
dresses.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook. Which is funny. Every now and then AI, he still gives interviews and stuff like that. Every now and then he'll go, you know that the dress code that they put in place when I was there is still in place. Like it's still there. They just have loosened it up. But it's still like they technically shouldn't be wearing dresses and all the shit that whenever they walk up and stuff. But yeah, that was like a big thing for him. That was like a big thing just in tattoo culture in general. Like, remember there was a period of time where it's like, oh my God, you have a tattoo? You're going to be homeless. Mm-hmm. Like, you're never going to be able to feed yourself because you got a koi fish on your left arm. Like, Jesus Christ, did you think about your family or anybody else?
You probably can't have kids now. Did you know that? You can't have a kid.
Yeah,
if you go to the hospital with that, they won't let you keep that baby.
They won't, yeah. Yeah, that was a whole, like, shift and all that. But yeah, he thinks Allen Iverson was inefficient because he shot a lot, and I just, I don't want to hear it. So Casey,
leave him a voicemail and tell him.
I'm gonna leave him a angry voicemail. You know what? That is what I should do. I should call in and fucking rip his ass about Allen Iverson. That would be hilarious. I'm
only doing this because Casey had a fantastic bit about eating. How excited he was to come down here and eat food because he's never eaten food out of a garbage can.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it justice, but he talks about how they dump the garbage can of crawfish out. It was really funny to hear it from somebody who's not from here's perspective.
Casey hit me up a couple days ago, the guy we're talking about, and he was like, "Hey, is this stepping on that podcast that you and Travis do at all?" And it was just basically like a documentary, specifically a sports documentary review. And I was like, nah, me and Travis do like a Mystery Science Theater thing. Like, we don't really review. We just act like assholes the whole time with documentaries on. And he's
the
like,
comments
cool.
are still some of the best shit I've ever seen on that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. He was like, well, my real question is, do you want to host it with me? No, I don't. I don't want to host it with you because you don't fucking respect Iverson. You know what? The first documentary I'm recommending is the Iverson documentary on 30 for 30. We're gonna fucking learn. But I told her, I said no. I was like, I don't want to do another sports podcast. I don't want to do another podcast that I have to like be committed to weekly. I already got so many ducats over here, and so many
this
buckets.
seems like a great time to announce that me and you are doing a monthly sports documentary review podcast together.
Right, and exactly, and that's what I wanted to get. That's what
the first episode is Allen Iverson.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I had to shut him down. I told him I'd be a guest. I was like, I'll come on and we could do that, but I don't want to host. I don't want to do another podcast. Casey is there's just a podcast graveyard behind that dude. That dude has done 15 different podcasts. Like, it's crazy. Like the one that he does now that's like his flagship podcast, which is Everyone Hates Casey McLean, or Nobody Likes Casey McLean.
Nobody likes.
Yeah. Oh. Nobody likes Casey McLean, but even that was like it was like the Casey McLean show, and then he just ended it and then started calling it this. But it's the same show, like, so he just, even whenever he had one going, he had to end that one just to restart. Like the next week, not like how we had Chase and Josh talk.
I was about to say it's real dumb.
And then years later had this. No, this was like 1 week he had the Casey McLean show. 2 weeks later, he had Nobody Likes Casey McLean, and he like a new feed and everything.
That's why nobody likes you. You don't commit. That's why.
Yeah, you don't commit at all. But he's had so many different podcasts, and I just don't want to be a part of another quit podcast. So I'll come on and be a guest, but I'm not attaching my name to that. Yeah, I think. What else I want to say? What else going on today?
I got a new workout thing I've been doing lately that I'm super into. I've just been weighting myself up, ankle weights, backpack with weights, a weighted vest, and kettlebells, and just walking.
Okay.
It's a lot harder than it sounds, and it's fucking great. I've been trying to get my cardio up, and so I started off walking, and then I'm kind of not jogging, kind of trotting. And I've moved up the weights in my hands. It's a really hard workout that I thought was like, oh, I'll do this to warm up and then I'll work out. And then I did that and was like, oh, I'm done. This is my workout for the month. I'm done for
yeah. I'm actually gonna need to regroup for a while.
But I'm super into it. It's a lot of fun. And I feel like I'm getting stronger and bigger.
Impossible. And more dangerous. How is that possible?
And more dangerous and lethal. We've been hosting the North Shore Comedy Show. Did we talk about that already with Howard?
No. I mean, you plugged it, but I don't think we ever talked about when it happened.
We just had it. The show just like 2 weekends ago.
On the 20th?
Yeah. This is my third time hosting a show or something like that. I'm getting back into the groove of it, and I'm getting comfortable with it again. It's awkward to be the host at a place that's not established for a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the crowd doesn't really know what they're doing. They don't know what to expect. So I've had a lot of fun with that and getting back into hosting. The next show is December 18th. Laura Sanders, Lauren Millara, Seth Hartley, and Keegan O'Connell. Your boy hosting. It is December 18th. You can get tickets at Eventbrite. They're in my social media stuff. So you should come. We sold out the last one like 2 weeks before the show even happened. We sold it out. Chase, we sold the show out so much, some of our comedians had trouble getting their plus ones in.
Damn right.
I was the trouble. Right. I was the trouble. I just told them no. I said, nah, you can't. You got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And tell everybody you can't get in.
My buddy Daryl Rollo is just fucking killing it over there. They built a new stage and they're remodeling the bar. It's great.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. I got some shows this weekend too. I'm going to be in Medford, Oregon. It's my first time going back there since the pandemic. I used to go there a lot. It is not, so you know about Coos Bay and how much I hate Coos Bay. So Coos Bay used to be attached to these shows. It used to be like you do Coos Bay, you die a miserable death. You take Thursday off. You think about it. You think about your life and your decisions and what you're doing in Oregon. And then you go do Medford, and it's kind of like a wilder bar show, and it's more fun. and and you can curse, and actually,
Good.
they don't tie your hands behind your back while you're up there, and so Coos Bay is now no longer like attached to that. Coos Bay decided to start doing Friday, Saturday shows, and that's what Medford was. So now I can just fly to Medford, which is so much better because it used to be fucking like 8-hour drive to Coos Bay. You'd have Thursday off. You'd have to figure out somewhere to stay or book another show, and then you drive like 2 or 3 hours to Medford, and then from Medford you drive 6-7 hours back to Seattle. Now I could take a flight, a $60 flight from Seattle to
60
Medford.
bucks?
Yeah, and it's like
Holy
an hour
fuck.
and a half flight. It's like an hour and a half flight. I used to drive 8-9 hours to do this. I fly there. The venue is literally right next to the fucking airport. They do a shuttle from the venue to the airport, so then I can get a shuttle from there.
Is it a club or a bar show?
It's a hotel that has a bar in it, and so I sleep at the hotel. I perform in the bar at night. Is the way that it works. Which is great. I fucking love it because I love those shows where I'm actually like for the most, there's one Wichita, Kansas sucks. Like as far as sleeping you sleep in the comedy club. That one's not that comfortable.
That's the one without any windows.
That's the no windows one, so that one's not as much fun. But this one's cool because I'm in a hotel room and I have Wi-Fi and windows and and things. I don't feel like I'm just going crazy back there. But it is really nice because you can literally be like 5 minutes for the show, start walking down, and just go straight from fucking around in the room.
Club 337, the Lafayette shows that Jason runs.
It's at Doubletree, right?
Yeah, downstairs. Beautiful.
So yeah, it's cool. So I'm gonna be there Friday and Saturday. I think that's the 9th and 10th of this week, whatever Friday, Saturday is. And then on the 11th, or maybe it's the 12th. Hold on, let me whatever the Sunday is.
Get it together, man.
I got it, bro. I had it right. I don't know why I was doubting myself. 9th and 10th is Friday, Saturday. That's where I'm at Chadwick's Pub in Medford, Oregon. I am then going to fly from Medford to Spokane, Washington, and I'm going to headline Spokane Comedy Club with Travis Nelson, and that is my first time headlining a not boozy brunch show. Or like some offshoot where it's the first time that my picture is on the fucking website as buy tickets to come see Chase Myers. And so me and Travis are co-headlining it. So yeah, guys listen to this. I could really use some help getting people out there. I mean, Spokane's like 4 hours from Seattle, but if you know people out there, tell them, because that's how I'm going to get an opportunity to do a full weekend, is by doing well on a Sunday. And then Travis is going to drive me home from Spokane back home. So he's going to drive his ass 5 hours to Spokane, and I'm going to get off a plane and he's going to do the same show, and he's going to drive me back home 5 hours. It's going to be really... Yeah, we're gonna have different experiences, but man, it's gonna be fun. So I'm hella excited about that. I'm really excited just how many shows I've been doing, man. I can't believe I did 6 shows this week and I got 3 next week, and
I've been booking stuff again, which I'm excited. I mean, not but I've been booking stuff down here again, and I'm fucking pumped to. Like I've been booked on shows. I got to do that show in Lake Charles. Where they've never seen me before, and that's always really fun. Went fucking great. Murdered it out there. I say murdered it. I mean, it was a crowd that the comedy is new in their town.
You did. You killed as hard as you're gonna kill. Like, that they would allow it.
Harder. Yeah. Couldn't possibly kill any harder. And it was me and Mike. We listened to Big the whole drive there, and I was all fucking turned. And it was great. So we've been booking shows again. I've got my booster. I'm ready to go. I got some new bits I'm doing. I'm excited about getting back at it and doing jokes again and getting this back on schedule, which we're working on.
We're working on. Look, guys, we got busy lives. We got busy lives. Things come happen. Look, we're never going to do it face to face. That just may never happen.
That was a bummer, but
we get too excited around each other, and we gotta just be friends. That's what happens.
I gotta be honest with you, though. I don't regret not recording because that was fucking great. That was a great day.
That was such a good day. That was so much fun.
I watched my daughter roast you like 5 or 6 separate times. Times I didn't even hear she roast you, but I also got to see it. Zoe said, "Can I go sit by Uncle Che Che?" And I said, "Well, just ask him." And she goes, "Uncle Che Che, can I come snuggle you?" And you said yes. And she jumped beside you and curled up in a blanket and was asleep in like 10 seconds. It was great.
Yeah, man.
Moose roasted you too?
kids. Remember whenever I was all excited telling some story,
Bruh.
and I was moving my hands a whole bunch and being all fucking, and he just ran up and just started. It was like moving his hands side to side. Yeah.
I would give anything to have been able to record that. You were telling a story, and you were real animated telling it, and because we were high.
Yeah.
And he came running from the kitchen and stood right beside Chase and just went. And yeah. Oh, God, it was so fun. And looked you right in your face. God, it was great.
Yeah.
I'm raised in a family of roasters.
Hey, good. Look, make them strong.
Uh-oh. All right. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, man. We did it. That was good. This is good. Hour 10.
Fuck yes.
Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. The last episode that we did do was karma, is what happened. Because you got on here and started talking about the podcast people are lesser thans and that they're not to the same level as the YouTube people that watch YouTube.
Ooh,
and then our YouTube video did not match our audio with our lips and shit, and it caused a big old issue. People couldn't wait to tell you, and I didn't want to say it at the time, but I can't help but feel like that was a little bit of podcast karma of getting you for being so arrogant and talking down to some of our ducket heads like you did.
Look, from the bottom of my extremely muscular heart, I'm sorry. I just need to put it out in the universe. I'm sorry. I edited and re-uploaded that fucking video
so many times.
4 or 5 times.
It got worse every time.
Every fucking time. Because I forget that, like, when you move it to match the audio, because, like, dipshits, we put work into this and record actual audio instead of just the Zoom. When you try to match it, if you move it, it also moves the... So I'd get, like, I was like, okay, I know it skips at 20 minutes in. I'll fix it right there. And I fixed it, and I was so fucking proud, and I uploaded it, and fucking Morgan couldn't wait. Couldn't fucking wait. You piece of shit. You couldn't fucking wait to
tell me that it wasn't we gave up. You. And because 20 minutes are fucking weird. You can't just sit on it.
At the fucking show
he brought
that
it up
I booked you on. You piece of shit.
You fucking monster. You goddamn monster.
You monster.
No respect. No respect. Disrespectful ass. Wait, I got disrespectful ass.
Unpatriotic, to be honest with you.
They thought the show was over. The show ain't fucking over.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so on this run that we did, another very hilarious moment happened. So Travis books all of this, and he books the comics, and he's the one that reached out to the venue. I usually help out. I host if Travis can't be there, and so people think I do everything Travis does, and I don't always correct them. But being honest, it really is Travis doing everything. So Travis is going to go flyer one of the shows that we're doing, and it's one of the Seattle shows. And so he goes around to all the bars near it. Hey, can I put up flyers? He goes, puts up flyers, right? Then one day last week, I get a Facebook message from a local ain't shit, and he said, hey, who produces that show that you're doing Thursday? And I was like, well, I'm hosting it, but Travis is the one that produces it, whatever. And he was like, how do you say it? What was it? Some real, I'm pretty sure he said some real rotten shit happened, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. And I went, oh, damn. I'm pretty sure he said some real rotten shit. I think that's what he said. Some real rotten shit or some real dirty shit, something like that. That was what he said. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. And I went, oh, damn. And I said, well, good luck, man. And so, and then a couple hours later, this is very early in the morning. I'm at my job where I have to be there at 6 in the fucking morning. And I'm there. And this dude texts me at like 7:30 in the morning. Like, he texts me early as fuck. And,
I know not to do that. What? You can't.
Right. And you're 2 hours ahead of me. And
yeah,
so,
dude. What is happening?
And so Travis, by the time he wakes up, he's a comic, so he wakes up at a reasonable, 11 o'clock, whatever it is.
Right.
He has, and so he texts me. He's like, hey, I guess I got beef with this ain't shit. And I was like, dude, what happened? I was like, I told him. I was like, he messaged me, whatever. And he sent me a thing. And so apparently this dude thinks that apparently one of the venues Travis went into is a venue that this guy also books shows at, and they do shows at the venue. And this guy thinks...
Wait, is this the guy from before that Travis stole the show from, or
No,
whatever?
no. It's a whole different. It's a whole different thing.
Yes.
So, Travis didn't steal that show. Somebody stole it from under him.
That's okay. My bad.
Yeah. Just I'm trying to clear Travis' name.
Yeah, sorry, Travis.
and so his thought of what happened was Travis went into the venue this ain't shit is booking and said, I'm putting these flyers up. I don't give a fuck what nobody in here says.
Yeah.
I'm putting these flyers up. What is this, a flyer for your own show? Fuck that. Ripped it down. Put his flyer on there. Put his flyer on the front door. Gave double birds as he walked out. Said, eat my fucking ass. And so that's what he thinks Travis did. He thinks Travis walked in there, pulled down all of his flyers, which is not. That's the least. It's the least Travis thing of all. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And Travis
get mad
is
about
like,
it, bro.
Yeah,
be mad.
and Travis is like, man, I didn't do that. I walked in. They told me I could put up flyers, and the guy's like, no, they didn't. He's like, man, I'm telling you, I didn't put up anywhere that somebody told me they couldn't. Well, the manager said he didn't tell you, and he is fucking pissed. And Travis is like, well, you can fucking be pissed then, all right? Because I ain't fucking do it, and whatever. Eat a dick. This dude is like crying on Facebook, never calling Travis out by name, but is like doing the whole like, well, you just fucking hate to see how this community is. Just wanna get caught in a lie and don't even want to admit it, right? And he's doing that shit, and
he's a nobody in the scene.
And he's ain't shit. And I would have been nicer to him before this, but now he's an ain't shit to me. And so. Yeah. And then another one is like, this one made me laugh because Travis didn't even know about this part. I had to tell him. I was like, he's subtweeting you, like, and you're
gonna have to tell me all this stuff. You gotta tell me. You gotta send me this name.
I am telling you. Oh, I'll tell you the name, but I'm not leaving out any details. Like,
I'm still gonna look it all up.
Yeah, and so. Ain't shit then like writes a Facebook post about like, why does everybody want to take this dude's side when he was clearly wrong? Which means he told some people his theory of what happened, and they went, Travis didn't fucking do that, bro. That's not what happened. And now he's mad that nobody else is angry as he is, and he just went on this whole thing. He also had this like really, he's a black comic, so he had this whole like he was like the nerve of white comics to think that they can do whatever. Like he made it that angle too, which was uncomfortable. But it was one of those things where it was like, man, Travis didn't do that, bro. And by the way, now I wish he did. Like I'm gonna go do it next month. Yeah, like because that's fucking ridiculous. Like the Travis sent me like I read it. I don't think he sent it to me. He showed me like the back and forth, and you can see where Travis is. Because he asked him, like, hey, who does your promotion? And Travis is thinking he's just genuinely asking a question about promoting shows. And he's like, oh, sometimes I do the flyers. I get other people, sometimes the bar staff would do whatever. And then just cut into, well, why did you take down my flyer? And like, that's how he went at it. At no point did he think this could be like a misunderstanding. The whole time that dude thought Travis was maniacally out to destroy his room, which doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't we want a show in the same city that's like that close? Why wouldn't we want that one to also do well?
People don't understand that. People never understand that. If
it doesn't work well at your place, then they're not going to think it works well at this place. So we need both of them to do well. And by the way, that's a good thing if a comedy scene has multiple good shows going on, especially if they're going to be in the same because it is like it's an area called Georgetown of Seattle, so it's a specific area of Georgetown. If there's two great shows there that goes on once a month, that's good for everybody. Why the fuck would we not want that to happen? So it's just the most ain't shit argument of all time. But just real good. But he kept calling Travis disrespectful. That was the funny part.
Disrespectful motherfucker.
Disrespectful and unprofessional. He just kept
6'9" of disrespect.
Disrespect up there. All unprofessionalism. Just full of.
I love it. Good.
Yeah.
You love to see.
That was good stuff. But yeah, I'll give you the name when we get off here.
Fuck yeah. I already got off hearing all that dirty drama.
All right, I think we can really end this time. I think we're really good. Bucketsofduckets.com. You can go check out videos of us performing. You can click to go to YouTube. You can click to go to Spotify. You can click to go to Apple. Podcast people, we're sorry about all that stuff Josh said.
I didn't mean it. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
And we're glad to have you back.
I'm so sorry.
And we're sorry about all the the murder stuff at the beginning and all. That's
Some of us are more sorry than others.
Don't let me speak for Josh. I'm sorry, I shouldn't speak for Josh. I would like if we didn't start off the show with murder, but what is Buckets of Duckets? Yeah, what is a Buckets of Duckets podcast if multiple people are murdered? It's like a DMX album. So many people die during the during a Buckets of Duckets podcast.
Buckets of Duckets. It's like a DMX album.
All right, see y'all next week or whenever we upload again. Bye.